Hello. Well, hello. Welcome to Tea with a Druid. My name is Philip Cargom, and Tea with a Druid is brought to you by the Order of Bards, Ovates, and Druids. I'm looking at the internet's okay. Good, lovely to see everybody coming in from Brazil, Costa Rica, hot Arizona, Palmerston North. I know it well, in New Zealand, London. Black Forest in Germany, Zagreb in Croatia, Aberdeenshire, Sierra Nevada foothills, North Carolina, Porto Alegre in Brazil, South Wales, Essex, Ontario, Canada, Manchester, Debbie in Didcot, Missouri, Croydon, Prague, New York, Lincolnshire, Southwater, Cambridge, Chicago. Great to see everybody arriving. Do make yourself at home. You are very welcome here. It's lovely for you to be here. And I hope whether you're in the Southern Hemisphere and you've just had your winter solstice celebration, or if you're in the Northern Hemisphere and you've just celebrated the summer solstice, we're still within this kind of range of influence that the solstice brings to us. And I hope you're basking in that and enjoying that. And despite everything that's happening around us, I hope you're able to tune in to this beautiful cosmic dance between the sun and the moon that just happens every year at around the same time. So let's just drop into a quiet space now as we wait for more people to arrive from the Danish border in Germany and North Carolina and Merseyside and Gloucestershire and Sherwood Forest. So as more people come into the circle, do just make room for them, and gradually our circle is growing larger and we're sitting here quietly. Greetings and blessings from Turkey. Welcome here. Let's just take a moment just to tune in, and often we're up in our heads, often we've been thinking a lot, and we can perhaps allow ourselves to be aware of whatever's in our minds. Just let the thoughts come and go, and then drop into an awareness of our feelings, our feeling self, just allowing whatever feelings are here, dropping into our body, a sense of our embodiment, being embodied here and now. And then opening to how you're feeling. You may be having different feelings, a number of feelings, but maybe if we take in a slow, deep breath, sometimes it helps us to settle. Deep breath in, hold for a moment, then breathe out fully and deeply, and just get a sense of how you're feeling, whatever it is, and then come out and just jot it down in the notes. It really helps to bring us together when we get a sense of how people are feeling in the circle together. And I'll share while we're waiting for people to respond. Let's have a look. JJ, heartbroken and betrayed, tense and waiting, feeling 10 years younger, grateful, nauseous, depressed. My oldest cat is in a hospice and it seems about done. Calm, safe, anxious. Sorry, it's going so fast. Calm and content, greatly blessed, uplifted and full of gratitude. Relaxed, hot, anxious, overwhelmed, in a wonderful storm inside me, empowered, expanding, thoughtful, momentarily successful, difficult, depressed and tired, hopeful. I think you must have meant the K is close to the L on the keyboard. I'm sorry. Calm and a bit neutral, not sure what to feel. Calm and at peace. Hot, it's 33 degrees. Feeling the stillness of the solstice energy. Frustrated but patient. Worry sad about the world. Poised and a little stiff. Heart-centered. Tired but ready. Relaxed. Relaxed after pool time. Feeling right here at home. physically ill from the intense heat. We're anxious for my daughter and child in a bomb shelter in Israel. Thankful to be here in this moment, tired after a full day, beaten by police and afraid of the power of the state. Processing emotionally charged and a bit jaded news, and yet optimistic about present and future happenings. Disconnected. Peace at last. I feel to have a soft inner with a slightly worn outer body. Soft inner body, slightly worn outer body. Feel great, sending love and kindness to everyone. A little anxious but thankful. Glad to be here. Hot and worried about the USA. Alive. Overwhelmed from being so busy, which is why I'm so thankful for moments like these. Relaxed, hot, anxious, worried about losing the roof over my head and tired of being chronically ill. Blessed to be here. Present and grateful to be here. Peaceful, calm, and safe where I am at home, but worried about those abroad experiencing conflict and war. Hoping for safety for the children of the world. Hot in Vermont. I know I've missed some. I'm sorry, but they're coming so fast. Grounded. Blessings from the Netherlands. So, a whole range of feelings. Feeling okay, need a break. Sending everyone in this group lots of love. So there's our feelings, one's own feelings that one can be aware of. And then when you hear everybody else's feelings, see, just check in with yourself and feel what happens. How does that awareness kind of impact you? What it does for me is it, and you feel free to type in how it feels for you. Feel more strongly the call to make the difference and be in presence and take care of our commitment as humankind. Liz says, more reassured and hopeful. Lloyd, shocked. Narida, not alone. I'm just trying to work out how I feel. It feels more real. I'm actually feeling very good at the moment, and the weather's beautiful. The very hot weather has cleared. There's this fresh breeze, but it's still bright. And so I've had a good day, and I'm happy because this little book that I've worked on with David Bramwell for a couple of years is finally out. The baby's been born, as it were, and it's out. And we've had some wonderful gigs in the area, presenting it to people and meeting lots of people, talking about it and so on. So I'm feeling good. But it's good. It feels when I tune in to everybody being here together, there's a sense of family, of being, of hearing a whole range of different emotions, and they're all okay, and they're all understandable too. I understand why people are really upset. I understand why people are feeling great, or I feel I understand. Let's put it that way. Yes, thank you for pronouncing my name correctly. Okay. Ordered your book already, so happy. Congratulations. Feeling love and compassion for each person here, regardless of their conditions they find themselves. It was Quentin who played the piano so beautifully when we were in Holland. Fantastic. Yes, exactly. Real feeling of compassion and kind of connection and solidarity. You know, there's this whole thing of the bubble that we live in, our feelings, and they so color how we view the world. But when we hear other people sharing, it helps to get a kind of rainbow of different colors. And wishing everyone is blessed. I'm sad that so many people are going through difficult times. I want to be like the mycelium and send grounded feelings and strength in the oneness. Yes. Reassured that I'm not the only one anxious about the world, but wish I could do more to support everyone. Okay, so let's take this as a theme. Gene of the Mountains. I feel sympathy, happiness, and gratefulness for my Obod community. So let's kind of follow the thread of this theme for a little bit, and then let's go into a meditation. I had a lovely interview with a lady from Ukraine, but living in England, just an hour or so ago. And she works for an organization called 9 Trees. 9 Trees is one of half a dozen charities that OBOD supports and sends donations to that are involved in tree planting. And it's like every charity, and the reason why we send money to 9 is because they all have different qualities, and they do slightly different things. We support Tree Aid because it plants trees in Africa, and it has a great program of supporting communities to grow fruit-bearing trees and so on, and so to develop their local small economies and so on. And then that's a different emphasis to, say, the Woodland Trust, which has a different emphasis again to 9 Trees. So 9 Trees is an organization that I got to hear about because a member of the OBOD community was working with them for a while. And they have this very simple idea, and it's really beautiful, because what we were talking about in this interview I did for them was how important it is for us to have hope and to feel empowered. And that however aware we are of the awful situation in the world, that there can be kind of handholds for us to be able to do something, however small, that is of value in the world. And they take this very simple idea, which is, and I'll pop it into the chats here so you can see it, which is that 9 trees is the number required to balance the average UK citizen's carbon consumption each year. So that if each citizen of the United Kingdom planted 9 trees every year, that would balance the carbon consumption. So it's a kind of doable thing. If you don't have the facility to plant them yourself in a particular place, you can pay 9 trees to do it, or you can fund another tree planting campaign to do it. And as Liz says, so interesting, the 9 says the number of the goddess, just beautiful. So I thought, how great, an organization that has this very simple mission statement, just plant 9 trees once a year. And if you can't do it, let us do it. And then they partner with landowners and organizations so that they can actually make it happen and make it real. And so we had an interview about this, and I at the end of the interview, Ina asked me if I could have one wish. If she said, one wish, one superpower, the way these questions go in interviews. And this is what I said. If I could, I said, of course, all of us, if we were given a wish, we'd wish for world peace, for harmony, for the restoration of the planet, for justice for all, for an end to war and suffering, all those things. And then that's obvious in a way. But here's what I said. Okay, if I kind of go deeper, what I wish for is a miracle. I wish for a change in consciousness to occur overnight, tonight. I would like a change in consciousness to occur in all of humanity, so that when everyone woke up in their different time zones around the world, so when Putin woke up in Moscow, and Trump in America, and Netanyahu in Israel, and all the political leaders and all the CEOs and all the people with vast amounts of money and influence, and everybody woke up filled with a desire to end suffering in the world, filled with a desire to restore nature's equilibrium, filled with a desire to focus all of their energy, all of their time, all of their money only on building a sustainable, harmonious world that eliminates as much as it can suffering. And Liz says, sounds like wanting the end result without wanting to do all the work to get there. Well, of course, it wouldn't be the end result because there'd still be the work to be done. It's almost like that's the beginning, Liz. That's the beginning, because without that change of consciousness, what can be done? And let's leave aside the impracticality, the idealism of this, and just stay with this wish. When I articulate that wish, it feels strong to me, it feels good to me. And I think it's important to have wishes, to have intentions, to make prayers for what one would really like to see in the world, and not to be deterred by the enormity of the task or the impracticality or the unlikelihood or all those reasons that come in. Because without setting your compass to true north, without knowing what you really want to see in the world and see the change in the world, then it's harder for you to act in your own life in that way. So perhaps if we can wish that, because that wish is not for other people, it's for everyone, including ourselves. As Joe says, stay with the intention. To wake up realizing that everything and everyone is sacred, says Stephen. I'm in, says Padme, all love. So let's go with that energy now. Let's drop into a meditation now. Let's just leave aside all the questions and thoughts we might be having and just allow ourselves just to go with our feelings and go with the sense of being fully present here and now, sensing the walls around you, floor beneath you, the ceiling above you, fully present here and now, and then performing an act of magic, which is either lowering your gaze or ideally closing your eyes. And as soon as you do that, your consciousness starts to change. Because at a very basic level, lots of input ceases to flow into your cortex, and you can start to feel a shift in awareness. And now, if you're willing, let's imagine that we're in a sacred grove of the Druids, this beloved place of the Druids who love the trees and love the forest. The walls and ceiling and floor just begin to gently fade away as we sense all around us, the trees, the birds singing, these majestic trees around us. We become aware of the ground beneath us, and we allow ourselves just to root ourselves on the spot. Of course, you can move, if you wish, within the grove, or you might find that you're in just the right place. And you can allow yourself just to let the earth carry you, hold you. And you breathe in slowly. Hold your breath for a moment. And then breathe out fully and deeply. Allowing yourself to just gently root into the earth. And as a fun, imaginative exercise, you might like to sense that you're growing roots, and you can feel your roots pushing down into the ground, going deeper and deeper into the soil. A bit like those time-lapse films where it's speeded up, and yet it still looks elegant as you see these roots pushing down into the soil. And you might enjoy that feeling of pushing through the soil. Oh, and here comes a rock for one of your roots, but you just curl around the rock. You bump into it, and then you curl around it. And instead of it being an obstacle, it becomes a wonderful anchor to make you more stable, pushing more roots down now into the soil, going down, seeking out the moisture in the depths, drawing up that moisture with all the nutrition, all the tiny filaments from your roots connecting into the mycelium, and you becoming a part of this underground community, this feeling this sense of solidarity and support from all your fellow trees and plants. Feeling rooted in the soil now. Drawing the energy up, you feel the life force, the energy of earth and of water flowing up your roots, up your trunk. Flowing up your trunk now that feels steadfast, upright. Flowing up, bringing you energy and a sense of strength and stability through your torso. And the integrity, the uprightness of the tree, and the blessings of the tree spirits bless your sense of being a tree now yourself. Coming up towards your head and then just feeling your branches as your arms turn into great boughs and all the leaves are sprouting and you see all these green leaves and the sunlight flowing in, dappling on your leaves. And the photosynthesis working so you're nourished by the sun, nourished by the air blowing through your leaves. Little sprinkling of rain now, bringing refreshment to you. Rooted in the earth, reaching for the sky, blessed by the sun, blessed by the moon and the stars. And your awareness moves down now, down trunk of the tree until you find yourself just separating out so you're seated at the base of the tree. You can feel the tree behind you now. And you sense the whole group of us sitting in the circle together. You sense these sentinel, these guardian trees around us, bringing a sense of connection and stability. And you imagine placing the palms of your hands on the earth. May this earth be blessed. And your hands float up and you hold the hands to either side of you and you sense this whole circle. All of us holding hands together in this circle, feeling this sense of community and connection. And asking that there might be a opening, a change in the consciousness of all humanity, so that all of humanity wakes up and is conscious of a desire to alleviate all suffering, to work to promote peace and justice and understanding and goodwill and harmony, to work to protect nature and preserve it, to heal the ills of humanity and of the natural world, so that all might live together in harmony and peace. And so may it be. And you squeeze the hands to either side of you, sensing the circle, as you say again, and so may it be, and so may it be. The squeeze of the hands to either side. A gentle drifting of your hands now to your heart center. May all the hearts of humanity be filled with compassion. May compassion and love for humanity flow from all beings. May peace prevail on earth. And you take in a big, deep breath, hold for a moment, and breathe out fully and deeply. And then gradually you allow your awareness of the sacred grove to gently fade. And as your awareness of this enchanted circle begins to fade from your mind, so your awareness of the walls around you, the floor beneath you, and the ceiling above you returns as you become aware of being seated in front of your screen, here and now, fully present. And when you're ready, and only when you're ready, you open your eyes. Emma Wright is saying, is there a way to watch this at a later stage? Are these recorded? And yes, they are. You can go into YouTube. It's on the Order of Bards, Ovates and Druids YouTube channel and my channel as well. And they're all there. They're all recorded. And if you ever want to just go straight to the meditations, what you can do is a member has beautifully and very kindly set up a website where he's edited it, so you just go directly into a page which has a link which you click on, and you get a link to all of the meditations. And let me find it for you. Here it is. It's called YouTube with a like a tree, YEW, and I'll put it here. So that gives you access to 364 meditations. Go straight into them. So very many. Where's the meditation for healing after surgery, please? Okay, there's something else here. Let me just find this for you. So there's a, it's kind of billed as a podcast, although it's in video and YouTube and video audio format, and it's called This Magical Life. And let me find it. I'll find you the link. So this is a healing. There are a number of healing recordings. I mean, it's not This Magical Life podcast. Here we go, and it's on all the things like Spotify and all the rest of it. And so have a look at This Magical Life, and you'll see various healing videos. It's not specifically for after surgery, but I mean, some people find that after surgery, it's really helpful. So do use it for that. So many blessings. Much love to you. Have a good week. There's a very particular kind of energy that comes after the solstice. The energy peaks, and it can even be a little stressful and jangly. And then as you come off of the peak of a solstice, there can be a lovely kind of gliding feeling, which I was picking up. I think a lot of people were saying they were feeling rather good, actually, and that may be related to that. I'm not seeing the link for This Magical Life. Okay, well, if you, I mean, there are so many of them. If you type This Magical Life in, I'll just give you one. I'll give you one link, but there are many, and it depends which one you want to. This is called Podchaser. Okay, so many blessings to you, and I'm going to go into the Druid Hearth now. Okay, see you all next Monday. Okay, bye.